For me, is I'm building athletes. I'm building athleticism.
These kids got to put on muscles.
All right, guys, so we had a real interesting question, very cool, and we're also taking a trip to pick up farm fresh eggs, which I've been doing for a few months now. So the question came in from one of the guys that follows me, subscribes to the newsletter, and I believe he's in his 60s. Awesome guy. This was his question was, what's your advice, or as I like to say, advices for anybody who's watched Pumping Iron, who knows what Arnold said. He goes, what advice do you have to grow and evolve as a person to achieve more? And I think about this a lot, because here we are filming YouTube videos. It's actually the second time, you know, in the past 3 months out of my whole life, really, of doing online videos that I've actually had somebody do this professionally. And if I kept trying to do it myself with my iPhone and being a one-man show like Rambo First Blood, I'm not evolving and I'm not growing, and in turn not getting better. And so number one is you got to ask yourself, am I doing the same stuff that I did 5 years ago, 10 years ago? We got this kid zipping around on his electric bike, almost killing himself. By the way, my son asked me for an electric bike. I said, no, you'll pedal that shit like you're from the 80s. So worst dad of the year for any parents who would like to complain in the comments. But back to the growing and evolving. I look at what I did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and I ask myself, are you doing anything differently? And oftentimes the answer is no. I'm still running the underground strength gym part-time. I'm still working, you know, within the schools. Even though I'm not a teacher, I'm doing the strength and conditioning at the school. There hasn't been this like massive growth or evolution, to be honest with you. And you know, the definition of insanity is you're doing the same things yet you want a different result, right? I'm so tired of being fat, but I'm gonna still go to McDonald's. I'm not gonna strength train. I'm gonna keep trying to do, you know, running that beats up the body. Not that that's what I do, but people will do that, and then they wonder why there is no change. And so I think if you want to grow, you have to reverse engineer the end result. You have to look at where you want to go and what have people done to get there, or what do you need to do to get there. And so a lot of times you're not the first person trying to do this. So when I got into strength and conditioning full-time, I knew that if I could get mentored by people who were already doing full-time strength and conditioning, they had their own gym, they had their own online business, I knew that if I could learn from them, I was going to jump the ladder of success versus climb it and wrestle my way up. So that's number one. Number two, your environment is so crucial. It is absolutely clutch. When I think about, you know, as people ask me, hey, what's the difference of the kids in this underground strength gym versus your first one? The environment didn't require me to do like everything, meaning the energy was coming out of the people. And I think that was the same thing with Westside Barbell until probably the last, you know, 8 to 10 years. As Westside Barbell lifters retired and quit and maybe moved on to other gyms, the atmosphere changed, right? And so I look at the athletes I train today. I am like the more motivated guy in the room. They need to be the most motivated guy in the room, not me. And so how do you grow? You have to be out of your comfort zone. So I'll tell you little things like this, like I have to invest and hire a professional videographer, number one. Number two, when I was able to step away from teaching and my income was at its highest, that's when the internet favored organic traffic, right? From YouTube, from Google. If you searched muscle building, the Zach Even-Esh website was on the first page. It was sometimes in like the top 5 results, which is insane. But it goes to show you how things have evolved. There's so much more information. What's the next thing I have to do? I have to hire team members to handle things that I'm not good at, like paid advertising, whether it's Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads. So if you want more, you have to be ready and willing to change. And I think that's one of the toughest things we have as humans is we don't like to change. We like to do what we want to do, what we like to do, and that saying of how you do anything is how you do everything is not true, because some people could be very much into challenging themselves through training, but outside of that, they don't want to challenge themselves, right? They don't want to challenge themselves maybe in the way they communicate in relationships. They don't want to challenge themselves in business. And so you have to be willing to challenge yourself and get out of your comfort zone.
All right, guys, thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for subscribing. And now I want to go over the many ways that you guys can go to the next level. We've got links underneath every YouTube video so you could see our programs on Train Heroic. Most importantly, you could get on the free newsletter where you not only get a free badass training course, but you're also going to get a welcome discount code that you can apply to our training courses. You'll also see links for the Underground Strength Coach certification, the Strength and Sports Performance Coach certification, the Underground Strength Academy. A lot of different programs, a lot of different opportunities, but the way to be in the know when they get released or when we're holding a sale is to be on the newsletter at zachstrength.com. That's what you want to do. Thanks for supporting, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Boom.